London is an hour away by air and 5 hours by rail.
Russia is usually considered a European country.
An SOS was sent, and many ships came to her rescue.
I got an F in geography and a C in math.
What is the average salary of an MLB player?
Our world is but a small part of the universe.
They competed for the honor of representing California.
This isn't any ordinary hamburger. This is the hamburger.
There's another train due in 15 minutes. Who's Fred?
He's a friend of mine from college. He is Jack's teacher at Madison High School.
A birthday is an important occasion in a child's life.
She is Britain's most successful female vocalist.
The boy's name was not released because he was a minor.
She teaches English at a boys' high school in Seoul.
Please clear the table when you are done.
Can I bring a friend?
Yes, of course. I'll meet you at this station at 6:30. See you later. I'd like to speak to the manager.
This is the manager speaking.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess.
I have a dog and a cat. The dog is a Siberian husky.
What's the answer to question number 5?
I'm waiting for an answer to my email. Money was a motive for the murder. Money was the motive for the murder.
We are looking for a singer who can write lyrics and melodies. This is a portrait that I painted of my grandfather. This is the portrait I painted of my grandfather.
Pakistan is located to the northwest of India.
As the Earth orbits the Sun, the Moon orbits the Earth.
Taking the first step is the hardest part of all.
We are considering buying a second car.
The same thing happened the next day and the day after that.
The capital of Australia is Canberra.
In quick anger, he arose and kicked a leg of the table.
The state of New York is home to a number of prominent cities.
They usually spend part of the year abroad.
I'm currently studying the history of ancient Rome.
Lack of rain affects crops and livestock.
I marvel at the growth of my grandchildren.
Closure of a factory causes hardship for everyone involved.
The Black Sea is a sea surrounded by land.
On our last day in London, we went to the British Museum.
The Finance Ministry is a very powerful government authority.
The first railroad bridge across the Mississippi was built in 1856.
Lake Victoria is the biggest lake in Africa.
Excuse me, is this Victoria Street?
Does this train stop at Tokyo Station?
I graduated from Tokyo University with a literature degree. I graduated from a Tokyo University with a literature degree.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
How's the leg?
Someone tapped me on the shoulder.
I rent a parking space by the month.
You will be paid $10 an hour.
You have a call from a Nick Morgan.
Few of us can become a Gandhi or Mother Teresa.
I drive a Honda. I'm a big fan of the brand.
How long does it take to go from a full moon to a half moon? We offer you the chance to discover a new China.
This is not the New York I know, and I don't like it.
The United Nations was established in 1945.
The Giants won the National League pennant that year.
Japanese people often call the 1990s their lost decade.
The FBI announced that members of Congress were being questioned in regard to the corruption scandal. The FBI announced that the members of Congress were being questioned in regard to the corruption scandal.
It was a long 10 minutes before the phone rang.
The new project would create an additional 200 jobs.
The rich are getting richer at a faster pace.
Doctors were assigned to treat the sick and the injured.
Either the witness or the accused was lying.
The British are not like the French or the Germans.
Is it true that Japanese people prefer to act as a group? Is it true that the Japanese prefer to act as a group?
Sorry, but you're asking the impossible.
He had an eye for the beautiful in nature and art.
Plan for the expected and prepare for the unexpected.
The president of Yale University was the guest speaker. Richard Levin, president of Yale University, was the guest speaker.
He became president of Yale University in 1993. He served as president of Yale University for 8 years. Professor Levin was elected president of Yale University.
A white butterfly was flitting from flower to flower.
It was so funny, I was laughing from beginning to end.
We rehearsed from morning till night for an entire week.
He was walking side by side with his girlfriend. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Child though she was, she had to help support her family.
I don't go to church very often these days.
Should I go to college if I'm not very interested in it?
He goes to the library every day and reads the newspapers.
Go to bed early and get up early.
Go to the bed and look under the covers.
Do you ride your bike to school?
My parents went to the school to talk to the principal. We currently live in Taiwan, and our son goes to a local school.
I was told off for talking in class.
Her son is in prison for drug trafficking.
This is one of the most expensive restaurants in town.
She left home when she was 16 to escape the abuse.